He says that tomorrow I'm going to have a structural integrity test done. That's how he uses it. That's how it's coined. A structural integrity test done. And it's almost as if it's just a one item pulled out of a hat. And they come back within 24 hours to say the building is either okay or they say it's going to be demolished. And it's so funny. It's so funny because when you get down to it, maybe all they've done is do a non-destructive test or maybe a Schmidt-Hammer test to evaluate the concrete strength in a particular, just as you said, you don't even know whether it's on a column or a block.
Maybe a column or a beam or even the floor. Yeah. And
then what they just tell you is that it's less than 25 Newton per millimeter squared, demolish, you know? So I want to ask him, how do we go about this whole issue of making people realize that structural integrity is not just strength. It's not just one item. It's a whole whole basket of issues. You can have
and everything. Yeah.
Yes. You can have the strongest beams, but if there's no ties, or if it's or if the load path is non-existent, then it's still a failure, you know, and vice versa. So I want to just ask him. I know he doesn't waste time much. He just makes his money, as he has been showing, off. Those of us onshore, we are not making the money, and they're hitting us with all sorts of strange things. So over to you, sir.
You're on mute, Dr. Moses.
Engineer Adebayo, you know, you and I come a long way. In the Nigerian space, I think, I don't know, I think the reason why the governor can say they've done a structural integrity test, it is because people like us are failing. When I say we are failing, we have not been able to make them realize that structural integrity is not just carrying a concrete hammer and testing one location and say it's more than 25 Newton per millimeter squared. We have not been able to make them understand that it entails everything I've tried to talk about today, that you can't just, it's like going to an offshore platform and say, oh, we've tested the steel. The strength is still, is it 250 or 355 Newton per millimeter squared? The structure is safe, forgetting that the structure is not just a member, but the structure is a system. And that,
absolutely,
and that a beam being adequate with that doesn't have robustness, the language we use in the concrete industry, and has no sufficient ductility, we collapse tomorrow. So for me, that is where engineers need to, whether it's NSE or NI, for example, needs to find a way to have audience with people in government like the governor to say, sir, this is not structural integrity management. It's more than this. Maybe we need to book an appointment with you to talk to your team to actually, for them to understand what structural integrity entails. In the UK, the civil servants don't undertake this task, but they know where to go when they have issues like this.
Yeah.
So we need to get to that point in Nigeria where people will know and say, okay, we want to do structural integrity. The guy who does the concrete hammer test is just one. So for example, taking the jetty, the guys who help do the concrete hammer test, they are subcontractors. They were not the structural integrity company like we were, because they provide input. They are part of the loop of the structural integrity management process, which under data collection. So who determines, assuming you get, I don't know how the person that uses a concrete hammer may not even be an engineer, because it puts the reading, it comes back to you. You then have to say, okay, for example, how many locations did they even do this concrete hammer test to ensure consistency? How many did they take to be able to do a statistical analysis to say it's actually 25? How do they know that one place was not 10, and that if they did many, the average or the characteristic would be way less than 25 Newton per millimeter square? So I think that is where the profession needs to be able to engage the government and say, you continue to have this collapse because the approach is completely wrong. I don't know if that answers your question, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Moses. On that note, I want to say thank you to everybody, especially Engineer Kunle Adebajo, the director of Arup and Partners in Nigeria. We'll be expecting you very soon, Engineer Adebajo. I'm sure definitely you are ready for us. Very, very soon. It's going to be also on the hot seat for us to give us some juice regarding structural advancement in Nigeria. We are almost coming to the end, and I'm going to call on our publicity director, Dr. Bupuola, to round up and give us some information of upcoming events. Over to you, Dr. P. Over to you, Dr. P. Are you there?
You still there?
I'm here.
Okay, shoot on.
Thank you. We have quite a lot of events going on today, but before the one you've got there, I'm going to talk about the Glasgow event, which is going to happen in about what's the time now? 45 minutes time. We have another event happening in Glasgow, and that's our brother or sister's branch, and they're going to be talking about, I'm just looking for the slide. Sorry, guys. I should have prepared myself a bit better. Here we go. They're going to be talking about professional engineering in the UK and in Nigeria. I don't know whether they're comparing the two. And they'll be looking at the area of education, licensure, and practices. And there are two speakers, Dr. David Clark, International Affairs Manager for UK Engineering Council, and then Professor Joseph Odigwe, the Korean registrar. I see another guest. Oh, okay. The ES of NSE, Executive Secretary of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Dr. Okopi Momo is also going to be there. And that's going to start in 45 minutes, 5 p.m. I will encourage all of you to attend. If you're not tired like me, please do attend. And then with that, we have our own maiden presentation by Engineer Dr. Professor Emeka Agbasi, PhD, DIC, FNSC. I'm getting used to this thing now. And he's also the director, PPP, Multilateral and Special Duty Pharma. Engineer Agbasi used to work in the UK. I think his family is still in the UK. And he decided to jump the gun a few years ago, actually many years ago, to go and join pharma in Nigeria, and he's doing very, very well. He held I should see how people that brings in partnership, money, and all kind of things to try and help us with our road in Nigeria. And he's going to be talking about the Nigerian roads.
I think, are you there, Dr. P?
With the retrospective, everything is perspective on this one. So I'm okay. And at the same time, 2 p.m., please, this event is already gone viral. I mean, a lot of our colleagues in Nigeria are really looking forward to this because we really need to do something about our roads. Yeah. Anytime there's rain, we're in trouble. We need to do something. We need to find a solution. And I think Engineer Dr. Emeka Agbasi will be able to, show us some light on what we need to do, how we need to do it. So that's 29th of May, 2021. In the meantime, go and have a cup of tea and come back to Glasgow branch for their webinar at 5 o'clock. So that's it. That's all we've got for now.
Right. Thank you so much for that. And yes, we have our sister branch having their own program. It's been a very busy day all over the place on Zoom. And when it happens this way, you keep on thinking, is that the downside of using Zoom? Because you move from the one sitting room to the other. Before you know what's happening, you've gone through 6 different Zoom sessions. And it can be counterproductive at times, but well, it's a sign of the times. It's been a pleasure having you with us today. And I want to say thank you so much for being around. Edefi Okoba, we really appreciate your presence. Engineer Patrick Obido, Engineer Gimba, Engineer Ehinde Ehiman, Joseph Wanko, Engineer Joseph Wanko, Engineer Nidoya Anthony, Dr. Abdul Rashid, thank you for coming. Olu Akinwande, my very good friend from secondary school, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you guys being on board today. We had a peak attendance about 19-20 people, which was not too bad because of the busy nature of today. And it's been a pleasure. And like the doctor said, yeah, we need to get a cup of coffee, and then we can sit back and watch another session with our Glasgow branch. And for anyone that is a Chelsea fan or Leicester fan, don't watch TV. Go to the Glasgow seminar. Anyway, thank you very much for coming. And Chinedu, you've been of most help. We really appreciate that. And last but not least, Dr. Moses, thank you for a wonderful program. And by the time we come back again in 2 weeks' time, God bless. Have a wonderful afternoon.
I'm gonna slap the two of you. You forget to record.
It's recording already. It's recording.
I pressed that just now. We're doing the question and answer.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Guys.
Okay.
Sorry, Dr. P.
You're not going to be able to share this. Dr. Moses, please, so you need to record this again and send it to us.
No, he's got it with him. Don't worry. He's got it with him.
No, he needs to do the whole thing again at his own time and send it recording to us. For us to
Dr. Moses, can we get the slides as well?
Artificially intelligent.
We've got
Mr. Olu Akinwande, unmute yourself. Let me hear your voice, sir.
Hello, sir.
How are you, sir? You're welcome.
God will thank God. Yeah, thank you for the privilege and the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, that's one of my friends from Lagos Baptist Academy. The last time I saw him was 1986. You're welcome on board. He's an architect by profession, so he's around with us.
All glory be to God. And I once again say thank you for the opportunity. It's been insightful.
Absolutely.
I wasn't able to join at the beginning, but I caught on with what the whole issue was about.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're welcome. Dr. Moses, you are offline now, and I wanted to say this. You know, we're talking about, thank you very much for that. We're talking about this structural integrity management and stuff like that. Is it not possible for them to start from the first year of civil engineering to let them know, sensitize them about something like this, something like about health and safety and things like this? Put it in the curriculum.
I think the problem we have,
instead of doing general studies, yes, everyone of us we have to do GS.
I think the problem we have in Nigeria, Boson, is not. I don't think it's so much a curriculum. I think it's a question of where there's a will, there's a way. There are skills you acquire in the course of your work experience that all you need is a good foundation of civil or structural engineering to be able to appreciate it. Structural integrity management is actually about practice. And if Engineer Kunle was here, for me, like Chinedu asked, is a lot of the problems we have in Nigeria is because, in my view, engineers have in a way sold themselves short. Or because here, for example, if I/T or I see coughs, the government will listen. But do we have, does anybody even know that we have a need for these things? So somebody is, Engineer Kunle is not here for it. Somebody is designing, say, a 10-story building.